so today we are going to learn how to do syncing or decrease synchronization. That is when we want to upload the music from the master computer, which is sitting on the desk there in our office, to the little laptops that we as DJ use. The first thing you always want to do and make sure that we have down is that we log into the laptops with our DJ names compared to your own personal student identification. So you don't use your own personal one, you use the DJ one, which is dot backslash DJ BYU-I or edu. Then the password would be spring 14 with this caps lock for the spring, and it depends which semester you're on too, for those of you that might use this video going forward. So just remember that, bear that in mind, not to log on with your own personal identification, but rather with the DJ one or the school one that we use on the small computers. So the next step in desynchronization is to find this icon over here, this folder that says desynchronization, and you double click it. It should open to that page over there. So the next step in desynchronizing is to go to desynchronize.exe. Right? Double click that. And it opens up that little guy that says desynchronized program by Demio there. So what it's going to do essentially is take from the cloud or the Z drive, right, that all that is in the master over there, to this small drive called the C drive, which this computer uses. The small computers, we store our information in the C drive. So in order for it to be in this computer, it has to be stored in this. So it's telling you that over there. That's how you know that's right. Those got those two ticks. And another thing you want to check for is that it only copies newer files, because if it doesn't, it's going to copy all the files in the master, and it's going to recopy all of them, the ones that are already in the C drive as well. It's going to overwrite those and copy those again. So for time's sake, you want to make sure that it copies only the newer files. And you always want to double check here, save on exit, which is good. And also there's another tick that says play sound when it's done, so that it will play the actual sound when it's done, letting you know that it's completed synchronizing. And then you want to make sure that these checks are empty. It says ask before deleting files. You don't want it to ask you every single time, so you uncheck that. That's why that box is empty over there. And you don't want to delete any file. You don't want to move any files. You don't need to ask you every single time before it adds a file. It takes too long, so you uncheck that too. And you do not add, it says do not add any file. So you want to make sure basically that all these are unchecked, that there's no checks next to it, that it's clear over here, so that the process goes a little faster. And then now we're gonna just press once to synchronize. We're ready for it to synchronize, so we'll just press that. So synchronize. So when it does that there, that's actually okay. So what you want to do is you want to hit OK, and then it's going to make that sound. Don't be alarmed. And then you want to come here to your Z drive and you double click that, and it's going to ask you for your school ID. And so this is someone else's. I'm going to use another one. So this is where you plug in your own personal student ID. So your username, mine is that. Type in that over there. You press enter. It's gonna, so now you see that it opened the Z drive for us. Right there you see all those files. So when I double click this again, the X should be gone. If you saw that there was an X on top of that thing, now it's gone. When I double click it, it lets me into this over here, which is good. So now that that is done, I want to exit this and hit synchronize again. And so now it's it's loading, it's synchronizing. And how you know that it's synchronizing, it's not making any immediate sounds. It's saying 1% over there. So it started syncing already. It's taking the software or the material from the Z drive to this C drive here. So now it's doing the process. And so you wait for it until it goes all the way up to 100. And once it's done that, it should make that sound saying that it's complete, right? And that's how you know that it's done. And then there will be another step following that once this is done.